I think we're live. Can you hear me? Hey, Thomas. Thomas, how's it going?
Hi, Scott. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'd be better if everything was, just habit, and I was just hitting the buttons and it was happening the way I expected it to. Welcome to episode 1. Episode 1 of what?
Episode 1 of Scott and Thomas Talks. Thank you all so much for being here, and we do apologize that everyone in chat currently are nothing but crash test dummies.
Oh man, it is awesome to be here. I'm taking a look at chat here. Let me just pull this up. Myra kicks it off. Well, first MCAT kicks it off and gave a membership before we even went live. And thank you very much, MCAT. And then Myra does a super chat right at the very beginning. I'm not sure exactly what she's sending us, but it seems to be like a choose your own adventure option in a story. Is that what you're seeing?
Oh, wow. Please, waves, world, man, looming. I'm going to need some clarity on that one, Myra. I really am. It's been a long week. It's late in the evening, and my brain can't quite wrap around that one.
It's awesome. Oh, welcome, Thomas. Super excited about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. We wanted to just give a little update. Most of you know us. There might be a few people who stumbled into this corner of the internet and saying, who are these guys and why are they talking and why should I listen?
Yeah.
I'm Scott. I'm a metal detectorist. I'm a true crime addict. I go by Recovery Addict on the internet here on this channel for right now. And yes, I got my pickles, but we'll talk about that later. Thomas, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Thomas, the weather geek, Weather Watch, that those that are accustomed to the channel already know. I'm also a big pickle fan now as we speak. But other than that, just a little background on me. We won't go into too much detail other than I'm originally from San Diego 20 some odd years ago. Grew up playing hockey for the LA Junior Kings my whole life as a kiddo. Got drafted to play a little minor pro hockey for a while. And then from there, I ended up with 15 different jobs in 15
Wishing
different
you both
industries.
the best of luck.
You brought out the super chat there, Bernard G. Thank you very much for a generous super chat, Bernard. So hockey, is that a family sport, or were you like the black sheep in the family that went that route?
Yeah, 100% the black sheep with my family. My grandpa was actually drafted by the Yankees a million years ago. It was so long ago that he opted to stay home and work the family's Volkswagen dealership to support the family instead of actually go play for the Yankees. So that's kind of the sporting heritage of my family. My uncle was close to being a pro golfer. His temper got the best of him, so he bowed out on that one.
Hang on, golfing and temper don't go together? I'm doing this wrong. Explain this.
Yeah, the hand and hand. So, so after that, I actually myself, after my hockey years, I did a little corporate work, and then I got into the golf world. And then from there, I became a head teaching professional at a country club, where you play with the members, but you're in charge of the operations and lessons and teaching and things like that. Where I met my current boss, who is an amazing guy. After he left the country club, he called and said, "Hey, I need someone to help me run the company. It's all home-based. Do you want to do that?" And I'm glad I did, because it's all home-based. So I get to sit here and watch Recovery Addict all day while I'm working.
Man, it could be worse, I think,
Miss Sippins just sent a super sticker with 10.
Missy Pants, thank you very much for the super sticker with the cool glasses. Love it. That is awesome. I want to give you just an update for those that may not have been watching us or just stumble upon this over the weekend. We have a big weekend. First, if it's a long weekend, we have a holiday off on Monday. This past week, we've been following the Alex Murdaugh murder trials. I don't know where Eric came from. Eric, don't sue me. I didn't just say you committed a crime, whoever that is. But Alex Murdaugh down in South Carolina, it's been crazy. It's been a circus, and every single day it sort of gets a little crazier. This was a court case that has famous people. It's got intrigue. It's got tons of money. The dollar amounts that are involved in here as far as theft and embezzlement and just downright, criminal acts and bribes and payments. It's the zeros are, it just blows you away. It's absolutely amazing. So it's been so much fun to follow that. Prosecution is just barely rested in that trial. Defense has picked up and they're starting on their end. And honestly, they've got some work to do, but at the same time, there's no real firm evidence that puts Alex Murdaugh's hand on the trigger on either one of those guns. And so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes as it plays out over this next week or so for defense, and then that's going to be up to the jury to ultimately decide and move on from there.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been fun actually watching everyone's feedback in chat here on your channel, of course, and then as well as some of the other channels. There's a lot of adamant of guilty, and there's a lot of nope, I just can't see him as a trigger man. I'm excited to see what the rest of the defense does, but I'm really excited for closing just to see what comes of it. I sent it in chat earlier today on your channel, but once you throw up an episode for Notify Me that says verdict watch, you're going to have 2,000 people sitting in your chat waiting because it's going to be insane.
It is. Unfortunately, because the jury, thank you very much, Maggie, for the super chat there. Because the jury's been so, they can't, they're overwhelmed, basically. They have not been able to take notes at all this whole time. They sit there and just all this information is dumped on them almost in no order whatsoever. I think it's going to be a long deliberation. I mean, I could see like nearly a week of deliberating unless they're all pretty much got their minds made up. They've got a lot of evidence to go over. They're going to use like stacks of sticky notes and tape and glue and string as they make their, their decision there in the deliberation room. So it's going to be fun to watch, and I think, yeah, you're right. A lot of people will be watching.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people tuned in. I think you're going to find a lot of people. I saw today there was a couple from South Carolina that found your channel, and they're there. So speaking of updates and trials and your channel and things like that, you hit 6,000 subscribers yesterday during your afternoon screen.
Oh, my goodness. Blew me away.
Incredible.
I was expecting maybe in this next month to hit that. I mean, I thought, the way it's growing, but you guys just came out of nowhere, and you're growing like crazy. It's just, and everyone's a friend. It's like everyone that joins is just like, hey, you're part of the family. Come on in. And so it's so neat. I'm so grateful for all the subscribers, the lurkers as well as the talkers. We have just an amazing community here, and it's really fun to watch true crime and learn with them, because I learned so much during that. But thank you all very much.
It's such a great community. I do see chats a lot of times, or thank you for the mods and everything you do. I watch other channels and everything like that, and how much work the mods have and how much policing they do. We throw in tidbits here and there, but we literally have nothing to do because the community itself, everyone kind of falls in line. We've seen a few trolls come in and they quickly just leave. They don't even have to get talked to or anything like that. So the community, everyone in here in the chat that's there for your channel daily, and the people that are here tonight, it's fantastic.
Wendy points out that, yes, I got my pickles is a very random thing to say to strangers. I'm not being like facetious. There's no double entendre or anything here. I'm actually talking about pickles. I'm talking about spicy maple bourbon pickles, which happen to be my favorite type. And it's a part of the show. Pickles are a part of the show, and my wife did some amazing shopping today, but neglected to get any pickles, so I had to do a pickle run this evening. So I'm no longer without pickles. A couple also pointed out that I do appear to be coming to you live from the jail, Knoxville, Tennessee, to be exact, which is my background today. Sort of in honor of them, they did stop live streaming the arraignments, which we've enjoyed watching a time or two on the channel. But that's where my background is today. So I'm here on my first arraignment. Even that's the first episode. Really, I'm just appearing before the judge and the jury all right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the magistrate is off on Monday for President's Day, so you'll have your bond hearing on Tuesday, the 21st. Nice.
I'm in jail all weekend. What a great start. That's awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about what's been happening in current events. What have you got your eye on right now?
Yeah, so there's for those of you watching now that have been part of the channel for RA and maybe be new, this is a branch out. This podcast is going to be different. We're not just going to talk all true crime and things like that. We'll integrate it a little bit, but we're going to branch out. We'll do some current events, some funny stories, some silliness in the mix. So it will be a little bit different. So it's a segue into that, a story that caught my eye maybe 3 or 4 days ago was a couple that had to cancel their family vacation after a stop at Starbucks, which I thought was kind of intriguing. And those of you in chat, if you've read it, if you've Googled it, if you've seen it, don't spoil it. Let it play out.
I don't know how this ends. I'm intrigued now. Starbucks. How does Starbucks end a family vacation?
So a couple goes to Starbucks and they pay $11 and change for 2 cups of coffee. Later that afternoon, the wife's credit card gets declined when she's out shopping, just for essential items, no big purchases. The husband looks into their statement and sees they left inadvertently a tip of $4,444.44 to the barista at Starbucks on a $11 ticket.
Oh my goodness.
So they're
the
like,
barista,
what?
it's the best
Sorry
day
about
ever.
Earlier, that's a long story. Also, we are all excited to build a nice community here. Love you guys.
Thank you, Myra, for the super chat. No, it's good. We'll catch up on that story at another time. I appreciate it. I know what was going on in chat for quite a while. $4,444 tip to the barista. Did he post it online? I mean, what happened there?
So the barista doesn't know. It's a machine error that takes place. We found out later. We don't know at the time. But when the couple's card got declined, they look at the why. So they immediately call the credit card company and, hey, stop payment. No. Well, credit card payment, I don't know who it would be. They say, sorry, it's a legitimate charge. You were there and made a real purchase.
Did you get the coffee? Yes. Okay, it's good. That's the most expensive coffee ever. I mean, you could fly to Brazil and pick your own, beans from the top of the mountains for cheaper.
100%. So they're arguing with their creditor of, do you honest to God think we just spent $4,500 in coffee at Starbucks this morning, right? And they're like, sorry, nothing we can do. So they immediately reach out to Starbucks. Hey, you have to rectify this. This is not good. You have to change it, blah, blah. So Starbucks says, you got it. We can't do a charge back for that right now, but I can send you checks ASAP right away.
I was thinking you're going to say gift cards. It's like a 5-year supply of Starbucks gift cards and a mug.
If they were owned,
and a mug.
And a mug. If they were owned by Walmart, 100%.
Well, that was good of them to step up there.
So the couple gets the checks. They're like, great. Declined. They bounce.
Starbucks checks bounced?
They bounced. And Starbucks spokesman says because there's a typo on the check. We don't really know why, but that's their claim. But because of the delay in the bouncing check and the back and forth, there was a vacation approaching. This family's now out $4,500. So the husband canceled the vacation until they could get all sorted out. So the ending to the story is the Starbucks spokesman says this is an unfortunate event that has now been taken care of.
I imagine it probably that Starbucks paid out more than $4,444 to make that right for that couple. I'm hoping that it was probably double that amount.
If they haven't now, I bet they will in the future. That's my guess.
It's good publicity for them. When a company makes a mistake like that, I mean, yeah, it hits the bottom line initially, but how they react to it is so important. And as a consumer, if I see a company that makes a mistake, owns up to it, and makes it right above and beyond, I'm going to be like, that's a company I'll get behind. I like the morals. I like the principles. I'll support them just for that. And they're going to see huge returns on just doing a good turn, basically, that they didn't technically need to do. Which you bring up a point. It's not on the agenda, but today of all days is Random Act of Kindness Day. Maybe that was Starbucks' random act of kindness to pay back and maybe help that couple out and maybe get them back on vacation. That's right. That's awesome. I tell you, we've also had some crazy stuff going on recently in the news with balloons. Yeah, Chinese balloons, and specifically Chinese spy balloons, and it's like something out of an old science fiction movie. You wouldn't expect in 2023 where like China is spying on us using balloons.
Right.
You'd think they have a better way to do that. Like we could launch a satellite or a rocket or, a spy plane or something. But balloons have been launched, and I think last count there were 2 actual spying balloons. That were over the U.S. I think both of them were shot down. One after it finished going over the Atlantic. We sort of followed that a little bit on the channel. And one while it was up in the Great Lakes region. And then we also shot some down one down in Canada, maybe another. There's one down in South America, all over the place. So everyone's like watching the sky for balloons. And now we're finding out more and more that it might not be the first balloons. There might have been a few more in the last few years, also spy balloons. And not to be outdone, China comes out and says, hey, the U.S. has flown 10 spy balloons over our land in the last year. I mean, is this a thing? Have you heard of that before?
So I haven't heard about it before. Obviously, with my background, I know about weather balloons and things like that. But to add to your story, I just read this afternoon that a balloon club, I don't know what that entails. I'm assuming they're maybe weather amateurs or
They're
something
probably
like
all
that.
full of hot air.
There's the
Sorry.
first one of the night. Perfect.
Boom.
So they put out a statement that over Alaska, they lost track of a balloon on the 8th or the 7th, whatever it was, the same day that we shot down an unidentified flying object. Now, they didn't say that was our balloon, and they didn't say we think that was our balloon. They just made a statement, and the media found that statement and then tied it in with what we did. So it's actually pretty wild.
This whole thing is just ballooned out of control, says T-Rox. Let the puns begin. Yeah. It's crazy. I wonder, I know everyone's, there's a serious security issue here, right? If you don't have borders or you don't enforce your borders, do you really have any borders at all? That's sort of the argument. But what this really exposes is that as we have gotten more technologically advanced with our flights, okay, and all our planes have transponders and we can pull out our phone and see where every airliner is across the U.S. at any moment. That's because they all have little radio beacons that we're listening to, and we've been relying on that, and less so on just direct radar and seeing what's that in the sky. So the things without a beacon have sort of been flying, quote unquote, under the radar, and they've been these balloons. So we might have to take a step back in security and figure out a way to protect us from this old world threat in the new age.
Right. So on that topic, DMB just threw out a question, said, what's the difference between a spy balloon and a weather balloon? So weather balloons primarily are up there. They're gathering data in regard to wind speeds, barometric pressure, the changes in that pressure, things like that. That's what it's capturing. A spy balloon, which I obviously know way less about, so don't quote me on it, but I do know some of the technology in spy balloons are actually capturing communication data that's being sent from ground level to satellites or towers and above. It's capturing communications, so that way they can investigate and look at whatever they need to do with it. Some spy balloons do have photography and video and things like that. Not all do, because some can fly to crazy heights. But that's the biggest difference in layman's terms, and based off of what I know on spy balloons versus weather balloons.
Yeah, and you can go down a rabbit hole looking at different types of sensors through hyperspectral imaging and infrared and LiDAR and everything else they can do. And really, you wonder, why would you want to get a hyperspectral image of crops in the Midwest? But believe it or not, China wants all information they can get their hands on, and we do as well. I mean, we're not, every country spies on everybody else they can. We spy on Canada, Canada spies on us. It's just something we do. We do it nicely, but we try to gather information. But balloons, they're a threat. Keep your eye on the skies. Anything else happening?
Outside of current events, I have something for maybe a little bit later, but I thought maybe we'd jump to something kind of funny here. I came across an article that lists, and some people see this on certain Tonight shows and they can actually show them, but some really funny headlines that have come across, or actually for newspapers or articles or things like that. That's actually kind of funny.
I love these.
Some of them not so much, and it's a little bit different because we don't have an overlay, so I can't show you what the image might actually be, but I'll explain just a couple of them, which is funny. So the first one I came across it says, psychic arrested again. Still didn't see it coming.
Oh, that's just mean.
So I don't know, is someone smart enough to make that headline, or were they not smart enough to make that headline? That's where my mind goes. I don't really know. So
that's a good one.
That's pretty funny. So many of them are funny because they actually correct things that everyone with common sense would know, leading into a recipe correction. So it's in this recipe that was published for salsa. We have to make a correction.
It's a little late now, right?
Who knows how long this recipe's been out, right? So the ingredient is 2 teaspoons of cilantro, not 2 teaspoons of cement. Cement was listed on the bottle.
If you want a little more crunch in your salsa, we just add a little cement powder, probably cement powder. Oh man, typo. Autocorrect will get you again.
So the opposite of a typo would be the next one. It's a nice picture with some different adult beverages laid out, some gin and some vodka, and it's kind of advertising, right? And then below it, you always have the description of what it is you're looking at. But that image and that description gets sent over, and then the editor or the publisher, they look at it. So it's a great picture of these adult beverages. And below it, it says, photo caption, dummy text, dummy text, dummy text, dummy text, dummy text, dummy text.
Insert caption here.
It got past the publisher, through the editor, and it's
in
right
print.
there.
Full color.
It's in print.
Oh my goodness.
Verbatim. Photo caption, dummy text goes here, dummy text goes here, dummy text goes here, dummy text goes here.
Well,
they
you know why it got through? Because everything was spelled correctly.
True.
It's like, yep. I don't know why they want it, but it looks good.
Let's ship it.
Yeah.
Let's get it out.
Oh man, that is great. I love that.
And then a smaller local newspaper. This is a little dark, but it's kind of wild. So you get over to the obituary section, and it says deaths. There was nothing to report. So underneath, they decided to go with deaths are coming because it's coming soon to be uploaded. But
please stand by. I'm not dead yet. It's like a Monty Python skit. We've got a few in the works. We'll publish them shortly. We're thinking next week.
Some people start looking over the shoulder of what when they're reading this. This one's going to be a little bit more risque.
Okay.
It came out. This appears to be, from what I could see and what I looked up, maybe kind of like a nudist resort or something of that nature. So the highlight of what they're trying to advertise is a weekend for both. You and the nude, we set the mood. You provide the romance, right? But the sad part is the headline is, give dad what he always wanted. So someone missed.
Lee here just sent a super sticker with 2.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not sure if I can touch that one. Lee, thank you very much for the cool super sticker. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness.
And that was great timing, Lee, to interrupt that article. Because
thank you for the transition, Lee. We're moving on.
So let's move on. So, a little bit more funny and not quite as sensitive here. So, a neighbor called the police for a noise complaint on their neighbor, and they
sounds like a neighborly thing to do,
right? Instead of, you guys okay? But there's domestic violence going on next door. I think you guys need to go check on it. So police come, they show up, and as many know, domestic violence calls can be some of the most dangerous for police. So they tread with caution. They get there to find out that they are listening to Rocky on full blast in their new surround sound system that is coming out their windows to the yard. True story.
Now they're just watching movie nights, and we got called for a domestic violence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those sound systems can get you in trouble.
Big time.
Thin walls.
Especially, I learned that a few years back when I was living in an apartment down just north of Dallas. I got a new one that I thought was great, but not too loud because I did respect my neighbors, but it was loud enough where the neighbors didn't really appreciate that. So, looks like MCAT coming in with another gifted membership. Let's see who it got to.
I'm showing Nancy Pitch.
Yeah.
Nancy, congratulations, and thanks, MCAT. Appreciate that. We could call the podcast Cool Giggling Guys. All right.
And on that note too, Scott, I've seen a couple comments already that we knew it was going to happen. This is by accident for everyone watching and listening. We did not wear blue shirts intentionally together.
What are
So
you
we
talking
got called
about?
out in
I
chat.
got a memo. You sent me a memo.
Yeah, I know.
You said blue short sleeve, button up. Was that not you?
No.
It was complete coincidence. I decided to dress up because I was sort of casual and I didn't want to be the sort of the underdressed person. And so both of us changed before this. And it just happened to be, matching. So it worked.
Yeah. I run home from my fundraising event and I had a dress shirt on with the purple sweater. And I'm like, that's way too much. And I'm going to be sweating to death sitting here. So I just grabbed my closest golf shirt I could find, throw it on. Scott and I get ready to go live and we just go, oh no, they're going to call us out on this one. I'm thinking it's on purpose. I even got a text about it too.
I had the option of either wearing this or the black and white stripes uniform, but the sheriff said I could wear this one. These are my two options. As I'm sitting here in jail for the weekend in the Knoxville County Jail.
I love it. So I've got two more goofy headlines,
Let's
and
hear
then
it.
we'll wrap up that segment. And these kind of trend back to the darker side a little bit. So newspaper headline. It's a picture. Again, I wish we could put these on the screen for you guys, but we can't right now. It's a picture. It looks like a local firefighter kneeling down in the street holding a ball of candy for Halloween for early night trick-or-treaters, where it's safe and it's still light outside and they have a place to go. And it says hundreds trick-or-treat downtown. And it's a great picture. Immediately adjacent to this picture in this headline is sex offender captured. So I don't know what these editors are doing and what they're putting. It's just not,
Layout on a page is so important.
so important. It's not about does the 5x4 fit next to the 8x2? Can we squeeze it? It's can we get some context? So
I guess the new guy, as long as he fits it on the page, it's good to go. Print it. We're done. Side note, I actually took a class in high school where we printed the newspaper for the school. And we, this is maybe a confession time here coming out. We printed other things for the community as well. And we had a constable ask us to print some letterhead for them on some nice letterhead that had like a watermark, like a shield and everything in it. So it was like really official paper. Well, we told him we needed a lot of paper just to make sure we got the run right. And we got his run right at the top. And everybody in that class got some free constable letterhead to write their own letters on. I may or may not still have some somewhere up in a file upstairs. We also printed newspapers. And we made our share of mistakes printing the newspaper as well. But I ran a A.B. Dick offset T-head press for those of you that might have worked in a printing world. That was good fun. That takes me back. You said printing and newspaper, and that's what I thought of. Right. Did you have one more for us, or do you want me to?
I do, but I think it's fake. I really don't buy this one. I think this one's been made. So it's an ad, either in a magazine or a newspaper. It's definitely been clipped out. So it says, "Shamed by you English? ? You can speak soon and write like a graduate college if me let you help for a day of 15 minutes. Please call." So
sign me up. Sign me up. I need that so badly. That is that's funny because you've got some great companies out there that rely they provide a service and they rely on translators that there might be one guy who's doing the translation and he might have lied on his resume, okay? And he's using Google Translate to copy and paste something, and sure, it looks good and it's got English words and it's spelled right, but it just does not mean the same thing. Right. Oh man, it's funny when those make it through and you realize that there's just a major somebody dropped the ball on the translation point.
Big time.
Yeah, those are pretty hilarious. So we'll keep our eyes out for more. If you guys see funny headlines like that you think we should include in next week's podcast, send them to the burner phone for now. We'll probably get another burner phone number just for the podcast that both Thomas and I can access. But keep an eye out for those and let us know. We'll if your story gets included, we'll definitely give you credit on the show for what you sent to us. So go ahead. What were you saying?
Absolutely. So kind of a segue back to another current event. It's actually, well, depending on who you are, if you're on the receiving end, it's not quite so funny. but it's kind of a funny moment, but it's a really true story, and it's not a headline. So this takes us over to Germany. It takes us to Hanover. They have a big opera theater there. It's very well known, several shows. And I actually know a few people, I think, in chat that already know of this story. So don't spoil it if you're in chat and you know this one. So the lead ballet instructor received a very bad review from a local editor. And the instructor was not pleased with this review at all, and actually claimed that this was hurting some of the business at the theater. And this is a big theater. This is not, something small. Like, we have a real small one. It's amazing here in our town. It's called Backdoor Theater. It's awesome. But this is a major theater. So at an opening premiere for a show, the instructor sees the editor there attending and watching. So the instructor's a he, the editor's a she. So he approaches and says, "What are you doing here?" And it is reported they don't know each other either. And the editor says, "Well, I'm here watching and doing the review of the show." It says, "Well, on one of your prior reviews that you've done on our shows, you've hurt our business. We've had people canceling tickets, not showing up. They're not coming. Audience is dropping. Bad review. Absolutely not pleased." Proceeds to pull out a brown bag from his coat pocket that's filled with animal feces and wipes it all over the editor's face, and then bolts through the foyer of a full theater. True story. Can't believe. Who thinks to pack a brown bag lunch full of animal feces to get your
just
revenge?
In case? I mean, how long has he been waiting for her to show up to the ballet? That guy must reek. I'm hoping it was a Ziploc and not a brown paper bag. Is this?
What does he do? She's a no-show. Just hangs on to it for the night in the show and in the pocket. I mean, I can't believe it really happened. It was absolutely insane. So, needless to say, the story got out, and so he's been indefinitely suspended. He's actually given a few statements that don't hold a lot of weight to him or things like that, but I could not believe it.
That'll be a tough one to talk his way out of. I think he's in deep doo-doo.
I think he's really stepped in it.
Yeah, really, he did. So, that story stinks. That's funny. Can we, now that we've had a really bad smelling topic, can we back up just a little bit and do a top three? Interrupt our train of thought and and talk about a top three where we have a topic that we throw out, and you have to name your top three of this topic and my top three. So you go 3, 2, 1. So working up to the best.
Okay.
And the topic is fast food restaurants. I need to
I
hear
like
your
it.
top three and reasons why. Let's hear it.
Oh, this will be fun. So I know people in chat, we have different fast food restaurants, so feel free to throw in yours, because Scott and I may not have, which I'll have either. So it'll be fun to hear about some of the different restaurants. So I'm gonna go. Let's see, so you said 3, right?
3, yeah.
3. Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna go. Number 3 for me is gonna be. Dang it. Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A number 3.
Okay. Chick-fil-A, is there a reason?
Well, so this one is tricky for me because I don't do much on fast food. Okay. So, and I've seen in chat tonight, even before we started, the rave of Culver's. I wish I've had it because apparently everyone loves it, but I don't have it in my area. Good. So, Chick-fil-A is going to be number 3. I'm going to go number 2, Wendy's. Just because they said, I'm going to make a cheeseburger square. No one else does.
Okay. Originality. It gets you something.
And every once in a while, when it's cold, I don't mind their chili. It's actually not bad. You have to ask for extra cheese, so that way the cheese to chili ratio is like 50-50. Otherwise, it's not very good. It's too much water. But if you can dress it up, it's decent.
Okay.
My number 1, I'm going to go with primarily. Now, I haven't eaten there in a long time, I have to confess, but it's a childhood favorite. Their menu is diverse, and that's why I like it. I'm going Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. I don't know if I've ever eaten there. I've driven by one.
So, yeah. Do you remember People used to have the Jack in the Box head on their antennas. You could get one in the drive-through for like 99 cents, and people had them everywhere. It was insane.
Is that what they're from?
But
no, I've seen those.
yeah,
I thought it was like
that's
some club
Jack
or something. Okay, awesome. Well,
so you can get tacos that are people said were soy meat, but they're actually terrible for you because I looked it up once. You can get pita pocket. You can get everything, and their breakfast is good. I don't know. It's fast food, so to me, it's all terrible. But if I had to choose, and those were my stops, that's where I was going.
Okay, so Katrina says Cup Bob, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. 6 Volt goes Portobello or Portillo's, DeBellas, and Jersey Mike's.
So I went with what's drive-through only. We don't have drive-through at Jersey Mike's. Otherwise, they're number 13. I would have gone with that one. And 6 Volt Portillo's. I don't have it here, but my buddy in Chicago took me there. Amazing. So if I had access to those, my top 3 would definitely change, but I got to stay local.
That's Texas is like grease, pure grease. I'm not sure if that's what you want or what you're saying we're choosing, but I have to admit on my top 3, my number 3 was Wendy's. I chose Wendy's because they have their spicy chicken sandwich is perfectly spicy. It is amazing. It's hot, right? It's really hot, but it's not like so hot that you regret eating it. And also, I have to represent Mrs. RA. She is a huge fan of Frosty and fries. Not like side by side, but combined. Eating the Frosty, dip the Frosty in the fries. That was, I believe, our first date. She introduced me to that. I'm not a believer, but I've had it, and it's not bad. It's not bad. So that was my number 3 on Wendy's. I went number 2. I went In-N-Out Burger. Do you have In-N-Out Burger in Texas?
So it's funny you say that. Who just put it in the chat? Ritz. Can't forget In-N-Out. No hate, please. No hate for me. So originally where I was from, yes, we had it. And then I've been in Texas now since 2004. Wasn't here. It was more coastal. I think potentially it was Kingman, Arizona was the furthest east In-N-Out went for years and years. And a few years ago, actually, my former town, Frisco, Texas, which is an hour north of Dallas, they opened one. The grand opening, it was like 10 blocks was the line. So we do have now in Texas. I haven't been to that one, but it's a solid burger in my opinion too. I like it a lot.
I like it. I like the reason I like them is because they're secret menu. And if you don't know, you can order all sorts of things. You can order a 4x4. You can order your fries animal style and things like that you'll never see on the menu, but they know what it is and they'll serve it to you. It's really cool. I like restaurants that have like that subculture going on. That not like a growth, subculture growth. That would not be good. But lots of top 3s coming here in chat. Let's see, Swenson's for Halloween Poppers. Love Jack, but it closed in town. In-N-Out Burger is fun. There's a Hawaiian place by me that I like. I, like you, just can't remember the name. White Castle, Portillo's, Pancake House. Oh, Pancake House is a good one as well. I've got to say, my number 1, and don't hate me for this, Panda Express.
I had that for dinner last night.
Panda Express, they're seriously, chow mein, large plate, double order of honey walnut shrimp, a side of orange chicken. This is the closest a drive-through can get you to heaven. I promise. It is so good. I love it. You have to eat it with chopsticks, though, or it does not taste the same. The plastic fork won't do it. You've got to do the chopsticks. That is my weakness. That is my weakness, this Panda Express.
So for everybody listening, this is not planned. I can promise you, last night I ordered their chow mein, the honey walnut shrimp, and then I didn't do the orange chicken though. I did wontons, but that is the closest thing. And then I did it all a la carte. But I can't believe I'm listening to your number 1, and it's nearly what I ate for dinner last night. And I haven't had Panda Express in probably 8 months.
I can vouch for this. All we had on our rundown for today for this segment of the show says top 3 fast food. That's all the talk we had about this. We did not coordinate at all. That is amazing. I'm jealous now because I have not had it recently. Do you remember the Burger Bar in Roy? That's going way back, way back. I think I did go there a long time ago. Let's see, White Castle, Belly Bomber. You guys, the burner phone's buzzing with recommendations as well. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, says Wendy's. Let's see, Burger King for the onion rings. Bellis just interrupts. I scored 4 jars of spicy bourbon pickles today at Walmart. That's better than drive-through. That is good. I only got 2 myself, but they have restocked, so I'm happy. Culver's gets another vote here from Carol Martin. Wendy's Panda Express. I agree on that Panda Express. It's delicious. We might have to. I don't know how we would do a poll on fast foods. I'm not sure if I can have that many options in a poll. Central Park, Wendy's, Jack in the Box. Panda's not bad. Better Payway? Is that
Payway?
Payway.
Oh, Payway's really good. That again falls under. I made my list off of something that has a drive-through. So I would have picked Jersey Mike's. I would have picked. Oh, there's another sandwich one that I love. But Payway would have been another one. They have great food too. It's obviously Asian food, but it would be the equivalent of, say, Qdoba or Chipotle, right? You still go in, it's still quick, but there's no drive-through access.
Yeah. Man, good stuff. I know. Sorry, everyone's already had dinner and now you're hungry again. It's if you have made it this far in the new year on your diet and we're spoiling it. I'm sorry. I'm hungry now too. We can move on to another topic. We really can. Actually, it's a little bit sad in the news. There's another event. You guys remember Darrell Brooks? That's sort of how the Recovery Addict channel started, is going over the Darrell Brooks trial. He was accused of driving his car through a parade and running people over. And we just had another of those. We just had another event. It wasn't a parade, but it was a man in a U-Haul truck driving down through Brooklyn, driving down through the roads. Unfortunately, one person was killed, but it was like just a repeat. I think eight people were injured as well. Went on the sidewalk, almost chasing bicyclists, also intentional. Unfortunately, in this one, I think mental illness might be a factor that drove this. The truck had been rented out of Florida for like a month, and this gentleman just went off, and people say, they saw his face and it was like all crazy like and stuff, and drove around and left people behind. But it took quite a while before the police were able to stop him and take him into custody. But just tragic. I think the events like this that just come out of nowhere and just go against the grain of what everybody knows is human and right is what shocks us the most. That we should feel safe walking on the sidewalk. We shouldn't have to watch our back to see if traffic's veering off the road and stuff like that. So it's tragic. Our hearts go out to the people there who are affected there. But just crazy stuff in the news. Do you have anything else you were watching?
Crazy. No, I saw a little bit about that too, and I saw there was a few people were pedestrians, a few others were on mopeds, and it was all kind of around the Brooklyn area, but kind of different areas, and it was all just rather by random. I did read, I don't know if it was what state, he rented the U-Haul in a different state.
I think it was Florida.
Yeah, that's right, it was Florida. And was it his ex-wife with his child or something was back up in the New York area?
He had a family relation up there and nearby in the area, so there might have been something that set him off.
So he stopped in when he arrived and showered. So I guess it wasn't, it was mutual. Sure, come on in. But then they said he left for a couple of days before they saw him again. And then they saw that all on the news. So it was pretty tragic. And
when they saw the back of the truck, he'd been living in the back of the U-Haul. Like he had all his stuff in there and cups and water and everything. That was his rental. I guess it's cheaper than an RV. To rent, but it's not nearly as comfortable.
Yeah,
but
no, it's sad. Like you said, though, I think they mentioned it was tied to he had a mental episode as everything went down, and so it's unfortunate. It's sad, but good story to touch on and inform everyone, especially because, like you said, I think didn't your channel, your lives kick off with the DB trial? I mean, I know you recorded before and upload, but your lives started then?
No, that's really where I started, was in the middle of Darrell Brooks. Or very early, I think 2 days into Darrell Brooks we started. And so yeah, that's it hit a little close to home seeing that happen again.
You picked a doozy to kick your channel off with. That's for sure.
I had no idea. I just didn't want to look for a job anymore. I wanted to do something fun, and here we are, 3 or 4 months later.
Right.
Dallas had a guy climb a plane for 26 hours. I've seen people do this before. Okay, just for the record, for those that watch the show today, I just reached my stand goal for the day. I think I can count how many times I've been standing today on one hand, but it's important because in the trial we've been following, the phone and how it detects when you move and things like that. My watch thinks I've been standing, so I get credit for that. Where were we? That was a squirrel moment. We need the squirrel sound. Is that somewhere?
Squirrel.
That was pretty good.
Squirrel.
There, that was really good. You nailed the pitch and everything.
That's good. Well, when Tag likes to put it in chat 32,000 times per day, it just kind of resonates in the brain, so it's not too hard to repeat, I guess. But
yeah,
I'm seeing still there's a lot of food chat still coming through, or food conversation in the chat. So I'll we'll dive over here. Not our top three, but
somebody
found
I had the tag, the squirrel, and turned on.
Ginger found it. So, all right, before I jump into this one real quick, those in chat are already trying to figure it out. So Scott has activated some of the commands that might be halfway relevant, but not all.
There was
so y'all
one.
just go crazy in the chat if you want to figure out which work and which don't.
Myra says, "Do you speak of your top three fast food restaurants, but do they serve any of that in prison where you are?" No, I'm speaking about what I wish I had. It's just bologna sandwiches here in Knoxville in the jail.
I love it.
I made everyone in the chat hungry. This is funny because we have people. We've got people connected. There's another one. We've got people connected. So I was going to start out and say good evening, but it's also good afternoon, good night, and for a few crazy people, it's even good morning right now. I know we've got Abby over there in the UK, maybe a couple others over there who are staying up 3 hours into past midnight to listen to this. So yeah, thank you very much for being here all. And so it's somebody has to go out and eat in celebration of this podcast after this is done.
Yeah, nearly 3 a.m. in the UK. So would that be fourth meal, I guess?
Yeah.
If they have Taco Bell or whatever's available, if they're all getting hungry.
Dilly Pickles says no vegan. No vegan. I guess the pickles are sort of vegan, but I myself am not a vegan. I do eat vegan food occasionally, but not a lot.
So I guess on that topic real quick in fast food, McDonald's, they've just recently, they're already doing the plant-based burger. I forget the name. It's a true copyrighted name of a company out of California that they're partnered with to do the burger. But this week, they've now plant-based only chicken nuggets. I think they start this week or next week. They're kicking everything out. I think we go back to Germany first. But they're back on that.
Plant-based. It's a thing. And a lot of people on taste tests cannot tell the difference. Tell the difference. I know Burger King took a lot of heat when they announced that, and then people started trying it, and they're saying, this is actually, I like it. It's right. Good. Always on go. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you being here and your support. Myra as well. Please clarify, is it Thomas and Scott or Scott and Thomas?
PLC clarify, is it Thomas and Scott or Scott and Thomas?
Right now it's Scott and Thomas. It depends how I type it. I can make it go away if it's a problem. Let's see. Right here. I think it's this one. I don't know what it is. Oh, I've got it turned off. 1 second. I can make it go away, but it's I don't know what it is. I think Scott and Thomas talk. Separating the Scott and talk it makes sense. Otherwise, you got Scott talk, 2 T's together. So I think Scott and Thomas sounds good, but either way is good.
Yeah. And we're open to suggestions too. If people want to change it, call it what they want it, make it around. I mean, within reason, keep it clean, but we're open to names.
And just know that for 99% of you, we're not going to go with what you suggest because we can only choose one, right?
Judging by some of the chats we've seen, that's right. So I want to segue into, we're making everyone hungry. We're talking about good food or bad food if you didn't like the top threes, but everyone's sharing. Let's suppress the appetite a little bit.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I've got a handful of food combinations people actually made and eat and have done for their significant others. And it's a thing, they didn't just try it as an experiment. They actually eat it and vouch that they say you should try this.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I know everyone's different. Everyone has a different palate. But all right, for starters, here's number one. And I wish I could put some pictures up for you guys, but I need you all to picture this as I explain it. You've got fresh pizza dough at home. You get it prepared. You just smother it in baked beans, and then you just put 4 or 5 fried eggs on top of it, and that's your pizza.
Can you run that by me one more time? I heard fresh
pizza crust, ready to roll. You just smother it, spread out the baked beans, and then you just drop some fried eggs on it, and that's your pizza.
Okay, so this doesn't seem too bad for me, only because I've been in England and beans on toast is a thing, and it's actually good. It's like baked beans on toast, so it's not pizza. The eggs, that's a breakfast item, so I'm okay with that one. I would give that a thumbs up, and I'd try it. I really would.
See, and I'm with you. Here's where I think it turns some people is because you call it pizza. But like you said, I've had beans on toast too, and it's fine. And I've obviously eaten fried egg on toast and all that before too. So I think some of the terminology that is wrapped into the recipe or their concoction kind of, it triggers the brain a little bit to think, ew. But I would give that one a try too. It scares me, but I would try it.
That's not bad, but I'm worried that this is not the worst one you have on the list. I'm sorry, I apologize. Our background is provided by my Apple TV, which chose this moment to update without warning. So let me get rid of the background. It's just bugging me. Of course, it can't be a flawless stream, so we'll make it go away for just a moment.
Not the first one ever.
Let's hear the next one on your list.
All right, so you're right. That one's definitely not the worst one. So everyone knows what a hard-boiled egg is.
Mm.
So when you usually get them, people cut them in half and scoop it out, make deviled eggs, or leave the yolk, or remove it, what have you. But you've got the egg kind of upright. You peel it, and you just chop the top off. You scoop out the yolk, then you fill the hard-boiled egg with ketchup, and then pop it right down the chute. That one, I know
yolk.
some people.
So it's whites only with ketchup. Egg whites and ketchup, basically. Hard-boiled egg whites and ketchup.
That's it. And I know some people that do sprinkle ketchup on their cooked eggs, but I can't buy a filled hard-boiled. That's more ketchup
it's like
than
a jelly-filled
egg.
donut, only it's a ketchup-filled egg. Oh, man. Before we start hearing if people think we're absolutely off wall and this is really good, Not a Drama Llama came in with a membership update for 1 month. Says, you guys bring me so much joy every day, and I look forward to many future Friday nights together. Best channel and chat on YouTube by far. Thank you so much, Not a Drama Llama. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here, and look forward to another month with you. Let's see. Jimbo says, I eat fried eggs with ketchup. That's good. I also do, but the ketchup filled, it's a visual. I can't get by. I mean,
I agree. It's different. A fried egg with some ketchup and sprinkle, but filling a hard boiled, I just can't. Like I said, I can't get on board. I won't be buying stock in that recipe.
Wendy's like, don't stop the update. It's a critical one. It's taken forever. I had no idea it would just automatically just update in the background. I'll have to, yeah, that's funny. I can't. I'm worried. I don't want to mess it up. It took so long to build this setup and this overlay and get us balanced right and the right size and positioned. If I hit the wrong button, we're in trouble. So no background for right now. Okay, so ketchup-filled egg. I'm going to put that, I'd probably give it about a 3 out of 10 because I believe ketchup and eggs can go together, but not in that configuration.
Okay. I think I have a couple that'll fill the 1 and 2 spot out of 10 for you.
Good.
And I hope, Richard, On a Globe is here in chat. If you are, wave or say hi, because this one made me think of you. So it's a popsicle, right? You know how you can get the little kits at home? Mm-hmm. You can fill them up, and it's not just a stick, but it's like a whole rubber cap that has an integrated stick in it. So you can fill it with whatever you need. So that's what this individual did. And they said these are amazing, and they eat them all the time. And it is a New England clam chowder popsicle.
I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
That's in the number 1 spot.
I have a hard time with clam chowder. I can't. My mom loves it. My mom absolutely loves clam chowder. I just cannot do it. I can't. I don't know why.
So I love it. It's amazing. With oyster crackers and tons of salt and pepper, or the best is in a sourdough bread bowl. Amazing. It's one of my favorite foods. You want to make it a popsicle? I'm out. I'm done. I will forfeit clam chowder forever.
That's
I
a
won't
clam
try
pop.
it. No chance.
You're just licking the
Chowder
popsicle
pop.
and then
It's terrible. It's awful.
it's cold soup, says KH in South Carolina. As a popsicle, no. Some of you are like okay with the clam chowder, but no on the no on the popsicle. Yeah,
No.
I would have, that is lower than a 3. Definitely lower than a 3 in my book.
I told you I had one for you. So I'm taking the popsicle, I'm putting it in a bowl, and I'm sliding that into the microwave for 4 minutes, and then I'll try the popsicle once that's
Then
done.
take the popsicle stick out, use a spoon, then you're better off. CG in Texas says, podcast name, How to Grow and Lose Your Appetite in Under 1 Hour. That's this episode title, I think, CG. I love that.
That's really good. So I picked this one for you specifically.
I'm
got
nervous.
Okay, do you like Oreo cookies?
Yes.
Do they have to be the double filled or single filled, or are you indifferent?
If they're single, I'll eat one side of one and one side of another and stick 2 together, and then I'll have a double filled.
Perfect. All right. So you give it the little twist, right?
Mhm.
A little pull it off here, and you're ready to roll.
Yep.
But you have to, and this is serious. I'm looking at it right now. You might even, no, you can't quite sit in there. You take a pickle chip and put it on the side, put it back together, and you have an Oreo pickle frosted sandwich. Now, I'm not saying whether I'm for or against it. I want your reaction first, because when I saw this, I went, I know this is coming on the show.
Oh, man. How can you take 2 really good things and put them together and have a bad thing? I think you just figured out a way. I think you just destroyed both of them in one move.
That's what I take. So the spicy maple bourbons are heavenly.
I'd be willing
Oreos.
to try that on a challenge once. It's like the hot chip. What is it? The 1 chip challenge. I'd be willing to try it one time with not the chip, but the pickle on an Oreo.
So everybody in chat, episode 2, do you want to see Scott eat an Oreo with a spicy maple bourbon pickle chip?
It's got to be spicy maple bourbon.
Agreed. You get that.
And
if you guys want to see him try it, episode 2, put it in chat.
I'll have to wash it down with like a shot of pickle juice or something. I'm trying to imagine the texture. I just can't get there. I would try it once.
I would try it, but I know I wouldn't like it. I know I wouldn't like it, but I would try it to say I did. So
Ivan's still on the ketchup. He's saying ketchup belongs in the trash. Not a ketchup fan. He eats 3 or no go, says DMB. 3. Oh, man. Maybe a vanilla cookie, not an Oreo. It might be good, says French fry. A couple of you might have to try it with me. We'll have to do invite a bunch of you to the podcast. We all eat it at the same time. None of you backing out at the last minute. We'd all have to pop it in our mouth at the same time and see how it goes.
I will happily watch that take place.
No. We're going to have to find one that you would eat at the same time. Myra comes in with a 1-month message. My psychic told me this would be very successful, so keep at it. Also, crunchy PB and cream cheese. Also, I gave my word I'd quit the internet for your information. Myra has won the internet 4 or 5 times in a row now. Just amazing. Thank you, Myra. I honestly do appreciate you being here and being excited to get here. A lot of times, the first person in, I'm nervous. I hit the button saying we want to go live, and it sits there at 0, and having it immediately pop up to 1 and someone jump in chat just makes my heart go sweet. It's happening.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Okay, so that jar of pickles is considered contraband. Wendy, I'm going to hide it somewhere in my cell. You're not going to be able to find it. Or maybe I have a jar to bribe the guards as well. I have to dry the pickle off first. Patricia's giving me tips on how to make this work. Dry the pickle off first a lot. Otherwise, the Oreo is wrong kind of soggy. Oh, I would gag. I think I will, but I'll eat it. I mean, it's not like I'm eating something that the thought of crunching it would turn my stomach. You know, it would not trigger the gag reflex. Okay, I've watched people eat different creepy crawlies that does do that, right? That would trigger it. But a pickle in itself and an Oreo by itself is fine. So it's just a taste thing, and I can get by the taste thing. So that would be good.
I'm with you.
Who was it said that? We already know he's going to eat it, says Mary Murphy. I like them both. I will eat it, but I'll give you an honest review. Adam, thanks. I appreciate you. I know you had to run, but thanks for being here.
Absolutely. So I actually had a couple more in the lineup, but I'm just going to finish with the pickles and Oreos because nothing's going to top that controversy and the temptations for you and what you're going to do. So I can't do any more of those.
That's awesome. Well, that would lead us into what we're going to call underrated and overrated. I've got a few things that I wanted to present. Maybe you have some you can think of as well. And it's sort of like wide open. We can go anywhere with this, but something that's overrated. People make too big of a deal of it. It's much smaller than they think, or it's not as important or as good as people say. And something that's underrated as well that really deserves a lot more praise and attention. Sorry, my chair keeps sinking. There we go. Now I'm tall again. So I went with my overrated. My overrated is Great Clips.
So this is anything.
Anything. I went with Great Clips, the hair salon, where you can just show up, in a couple minutes you can get a haircut. Cheap, quick, in and out type thing. Usually you don't even need an appointment. Completely overrated.
Overrated.
It is a nightmare every time I go. It's, first of all, you never know what's going to happen. You always get somebody else. You never get the same hairstylist, okay? Because their turnover is through the roof, okay? Most people are there for like 2-3 weeks at a time before they get a job somewhere else. And the good people get jobs somewhere else. Some of the ones that, not quite so good tend to be there. I apologize if somebody is in chat that works at Great Clips. Correct me if your store is different, but I'm just speaking from my experience here. Worst haircuts in my life have been at Supercuts. Great Clips, you go in. There was one time I sat down at the chair, and this girl just starts cutting my hair, and I don't know what notes she read as far as what I wanted, but she just gave me the haircut she thought I needed, which I've never had somebody do that. Usually they say, how do you like it, or what would you like? And she's going on, she's trimming my bushy eyebrows. She's, she's just... I'm like, hey, you just tell me when you're done, and I'll just let it grow back to how I like it. But it's always, and sometimes you hear some of the craziest stories and drama and everything there. So I think it's overrated. It's not worth risking your hair to that. And I no longer do that. I will say that Mrs. R.A. cuts my hair. She does.
So before you move to underrated.
Okay.
Again, this is not scripted. It goes right along with Panda Express and my dinner. Yesterday, I had my hair cut.
Okay.
At Great Clips.
At Great Clips.
And KHNSC, I'm assuming South Carolina, throw us in the comments. Got my hair cut there yesterday. You check in line, no wait. I literally went online, hit the check-in, 0 wait.
And I have to say, I didn't notice anything, I don't see any deep gouges in your hairstyle. It looks great from here. How was your experience?
So I will agree with you. So this was like 2.5 miles from my house. So I've been there 8 to 10 times. I've never had the same person do it. I will say I like the way she cut my hair. However, I now know that her husband is unemployed and he's a hermit, and she loves to go to Walmart 8 to 10 times a week. That is what came from my haircut experience.
They're just chatty. That's all.
Which I don't mind. I'm like, all right, I'm practicing for a podcast tomorrow night for my first one ever, so I'm here to chat during the haircut. I'm in. Yep. But I do agree. Sport Clips is a bit better because about the same price. They'll even do the shampoo and the hot towel on the face, and you can watch sports while you're getting it done if you want. So I can't fight you on your overrated there. So what's your underrated?
My underrated, it may be predictable. I feel like I know I've mentioned these pickles a little bit in the past. Some of you might know that I like them, but I don't think I've really done them justice. I don't think I've been able to, adequately describe the experience you have eating a spicy maple bourbon pickle, and how good it is. And Walmart is not paying me to do this. They're not sponsoring me. As a matter of fact, Walmart, I don't think, likes me. They won't even bag my groceries anymore. I have to do it myself. So I think it's something they have against me personally. But they have the most amazing pickles. It has changed my pickle consumption life completely. Even so much that it impacts my budget. I go through a lot of pickles. I happen to have 2 jars just of spicy maple bourbon pickle juice in the fridge right now, as well as another jar of pickles, and then I've got a spare here that I'll have to cool before I open it and begin consuming. CG in Texas says, is everybody virtually stoned here tonight? Do we need to send you to Pickles Anonymous? No, these are good. I think they're healthy. This is a 1 serving size, if I understand right. Well, there's a typo. I think it says 17 on here, but I think they meant 1. 1 serving size. And it's a veggie. Really, eat your veggies.
Yeah.
How is this not its own food group? Really?
So I definitely will not argue that, for one, because half the people in chat would hate me and our podcast would die because you and I would unfriend each other. But based off of when you slowly started mentioning them, the amount of people in chat during your live streams that said, hey, I went and got them, they're amazing. I went and got them, they're amazing, myself included. Never even heard about them, didn't know, and I love pickles. I just walked right by them all the time. Now, I know not everyone loves them, that's fair. But holy cow, there is the majority said these are amazing. And there's still people saying, where can I find them?
Jay Hughes says, hold it still so I can see them. I'm going to change to autofocus. Hang on. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to hold this up to the screen so you can see this. These are Sam's Choice. They're not Sam's Club. It's the Walmart brands that's sold in Walmart. Sam's Choice, hot, spicy, maple bourbon, fresh pack pickle chips. And I think it's a 24-ounce jar, single serve size. They're the best. They have these little peppers in there. I'm not sure if you can see that pepper. I would not recommend eating that. That's like it's pure fire. It will also change your life, but not in a good way. But the rest of the chips are amazing.
Well, side note for everyone listening, RA does not partake in adult beverages, but he drinks the bourbon maple juice.
There's no alcohol in there. I've even tried to light the juice on fire. There's no flame.
Of course.
It's cooked out in the brine.
Yeah.
Juice is good in tuna salad. I love it.
DB says, what's
ahead.
in the mug? Tisk tisk. It's actually just a little bit of water. I've got a big old bottle that I don't want to glug.
I think I'm going to send you another mug. What color do you want? What color mug would you like?
No, I'm going to buy one. You don't send me one. I'm going to buy one. Well, I've been meaning to. I
have somebody else send you one. All right, we'll get you a mug one way or another.
I do need one.
What are they called at Food Lion? Exact same thing. Only they don't say spicy. They just say maple bourbon pickles, like hot maple bourbon pickles.
What's Food Lion?
It's another store. It's like a smaller store chain than Walmart, but it's just grocery store. It's common out here on the East.
Cool. I like it.
They are a little hot. If you eat a lot of them, they're really hot. But if you eat them with something else, they're not so bad, Ginger. I mean, it's not going to set you on fire.
Yeah, I agree. And if you've got something to drink while you're doing it, it's definitely not. They're less spicy than a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich with no tomato. They're less spicy.
Nancy says, hold up one more time. I have to change the focus. You're going to have to get a screenshot. Nancy, are you ready? Okay. Here we go. So this is going to be your screenshot. So if you can grab that. Hot, spicy maple bourbon pickles from Sam's Choice. There you go.
And again, Scott, you said it before, but not tonight. You have to refrigerate them, cool them down before 100%. You dive in. Yep. Otherwise, it's a different. It's just not as good.
Yep.
MCAT again.
MCAT's just giving away memberships all night. He actually MCAT. I'm not sure if you're a male or female. I do not know, but MCAT has given away several memberships, and this last one, I can't see who it went to. Can you see it? Oh, Broadway Garden. Broadway Garden was gifted a membership. That's awesome. Thank you, MCAT, and congratulations, Broadway Garden. I can't stop, says MCAT. Let's see. Flaming maple bourbon pickles. Now there's one. I do like some of the flaming chips.
Might be honest something.
Yeah.
All right.
What
So
was your
that's your-
overrated and underrated?
Okay. So I'm going to throw one of my, okay, I'm going to call it right now in chat. My underrated, I think everyone's going to agree. 100%. My overrated, I'm probably going to get targeted, I'd like to think. So I'm going to,
You've got one winner and one loser, is what you're saying in your picks.
yeah. I'm really hoping there's
That's
not
pretty
information
confident to
out
say
there.
100% of anything. We have a pretty
you're,
diverse
since
group.
you don't know, you're going to agree.
Okay, let's hear it.
You'll agree. So I'm going to start with the more controversial one first.
Okay.
And I hope there's no personal info of me out there so I don't get doxxed here. But for me, overrated is Starbucks.
Starbucks.
I just want to see what happens. It's overrated to me. Now, I no longer drink coffee. I used to. I don't anymore. But I think the price you pay for a
Targeting
cup of
system
coffee
active.
at Starbucks. What happened?
Targeting system active.
DMP. Oh no! At least I have time because that's coming from New York
Detonation.
to Texas. So, detonation. Here we go. It's gonna come in hot, and I'm gonna get blasted. So,
You've got some agreement as well, but tell me why is the overrated? Is it the price? Is it the quality?
okay. So here's where it comes in. So it's the price for one. I'm not gonna knock the quality because it's good coffee, but everyone has a different palate, right? So some people love it, some say it's gross. I get all that, right? I know people that say 7-Eleven coffee is absolutely amazing. So I'm not going to knock their quality. It's the price for a cup of coffee. Are you kidding me? I tell you right now, our daughter loves it, right? She gets some of the frozen ones. She loves the strawberry frappe with a shot of vanilla bean and a bacon Gouda cheese sandwich. And see, there goes. I told you I was going to lose some friends. I knew it on this one.
The view count is dropping.
It's yeah. We had 195 people in here, and we're down to 130.
Yeah. The funny thing, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I will tell you what I like about Starbucks. Starbucks, a couple of years ago, they took their online store offline. They used to sell all their merchandise on a website where you could buy your You Are Here mugs. You could buy, the festive Christmas mug or the seasonal equipment, the seasonal, coffee related mugs and cups and tumblers and everything. You could buy it online. They took it offline and made it so you had to go to the store to get it. Well, that was smart for them because it boosts their sales and it's good for the local stores.
Right.
But it was huge for resellers. Because you can go to a local store, you can buy out all their festive, bejeweled Christmas tumblers, which happen to be the hot item. And you buy them for $12, $15, whatever. And then they turn around on Amazon or eBay and they sell them for $60, $70, $80, $90. And because you can't get them, they're sold out. You can't go online and just get your mug. And so they're actually buyers who go around they hit all the Starbucks. They go along on traveling trips and they'll buy up everything when there's an item that comes out that drops that's like the item to have, and you'll never see it. And then you'll go online on eBay and it's everywhere for like 4 times the price. I did that not with like 4 times the price, but I actually taught my son how to do retail arbitrage, using You Are Here mugs, which you can only get from being in that location. You can only buy like a North Carolina coffee mug in North Carolina. You can't get one in Texas or anything else. And so if you visited somewhere and forgot a mug, or you bought a mug before and it broke and you need a replacement, you have to buy it online or travel there again. And so it's a good business model. If somebody wants to turn a few bucks and make some money, you can list these mugs without even owning them. And then when you sell them, you go buy it at Starbucks and then ship it and make a few bucks. So
To success on your new podcast. Love you both, smiling face with smiling eyes and hugging hands.
Thank you so much, Bella. I appreciate that. But that's why I like Starbucks.
Thanks, Bill.
So overrated in some ways and underrated on the others. Tell me your other one.
Well, and let me finish one
Okay, go
part
ahead.
on the Starbucks. So people talk about the free Wi-Fi. Well, you can get free Wi-Fi almost anywhere anymore. The other fun fact is Walmart. So I'm a big Walmart fan. When you I can sit in my car and I can work from my laptop and still use their Wi-Fi. And then when I travel to Northern Colorado to visit my friend/colleague, I walk into Walmart, my phone automatically connects to that Walmart's network. That is genius. I love it. So anyways, but that's my rant on Starbucks. I don't hate, no hate thrown out for those who enjoy it and go for it. It's just overrated for me personally.
Awesome.
So here's the big claim, right? This is
Okay.
the one where I think, unless there's someone brand new here and doesn't know the story and the history, this is their first couple minutes or first episode around. But my underrated
2 jars of
pick.
Pickles. Worth. Backhand index finger with medium. Light skin tone pointing up, beaming face with
Look at
smiling
all
eyes,
these
ice hockey
emojis.
stick and puck, smiling pile of poo, egg bowl of noodles,
Smiling
takeout
pile of
box,
poo.
hamburger,
I'm gonna have to turn it
chocolate
down at
cookie,
smiling
box,
pile of
champagne
poo.
glasses, tumbler, glass,
Or make it a command.
with straw.
Oh my goodness. CJ in Texas, thank you very much for that a flurry of emojis. Okay, go ahead, Weatherwatch.
Thank you for dropping the smiling pile of poo on the podcast.
Yes.
That's perfect. All right. So my most underrated subject is your Recovery Addict YouTube channel. I think it's got to be the most underrated current thing at the moment. The product you put together, the production you do, the technology you use, the multiple feeds, the multiple views, the community and the chat, that they just follow suit. So the most underrated current thing is Recovering Addicts YouTube channel, in my personal opinion.
Thank you. I honestly, I don't know what to say there. I think the thing that makes this channel amazing, what it is the viewers, is the people that come into chat and are so friendly and welcome everybody and help each other out and answer questions and just, it's amazing. I feel like I found an amazing community that already existed because you guys were already out there in different places and somehow we met together in one spot. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I think obviously all these people have been watching YouTube, myself included. These people, we've all been out there watching YouTube and enjoying channels and everything, but you've kind of created a community for everyone to come together. And someone else, you pinned a chat in your stream this afternoon and they hit the nail on the head. It was, I appreciate that everyone can be here and disagree and share opinions, but there's no personal attacks and fights. And of course it's going to happen from time to time. It's just human nature. But for the most part in the YouTube world, it's crazy to see such a respectful, clean chat. It's nuts. It's like this small family. I don't know. A close
You
friend
guys-
and colleague
you
of
guys do
mine
that.
both watch you.
That's not me.
And
You guys are just amazing. And the mods are amazing. I mean, I literally, I've been blessed beyond what I deserve. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you all for making that happen. That's all you guys. That's all you guys.
and a small secret, we all talk behind the scenes. And when you're like, share with your friends, we don't, because we don't want you to get any bigger.
Oh, well, thank you. It makes it easier for chat. Katrina says once it gets that $100,000 plaque, you won't be able to answer us. I tell you, if I ever get a $100,000 plaque or 100,000 plaque, it's going to be posted somewhere second to this plaque, which one's the one that means the most to me. From Debbie Creed. This one is amazing. It touched my heart and it made me smile. It's no matter whatever plaque comes in the future or doesn't like this.
That was really cool. That reminded me, Debbie was headed to a hockey game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to check a quick score. She was going to watch the New York Islanders, and her team won. Rated B.
Yes.
The Islanders won. They beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-4 tonight. So congratulations, Debbie, the Created B.
Michelle says, when is your hearing? Is what is your bail? Are you charged with something to do with pickles? I probably am. I probably
Jensen?
am. Overconsumption, if that was a that's a thing. Did I say Jensen? I said Johnson, right?
No, Jensen trial.
Oh, okay.
Standing
MCAT.
chick, standing chick, hey peeps, hand with medium. Light skin tone making the sign of the horns, face with big pleading eyes, 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 with the Starbucks pleading eyes, face with big pleading eyes, face with big pleading red heart, face with tears of joy.
Okay. I'm like, This is Tag. Oh my goodness.
Face, smiling face, licking lips. Oops. Most my hat hand with medium light skin tone making the sign of the horns.
There we go. Tag with a whole flurry of super chat emojis as well. And the funny thing was I clicked on Myra's message and I'm like, this is not what I'm hearing. So Tag and Myra at the exact same time gave super chats. Tag says, hey peeps, lots of emojis, and oops, lost my hat. Because Thomas is without a hat today. Usually we see him with a hat, so it's nice to see him without one. Myra says, Thomas, I dropped you with the Starbucks comment because SB is my fave, but now I love you again because you're all right. You're right about RA. Thank you, Myra and Tag, both of you. Just amazing. Appreciate the support.
That's awesome.
It's like dueling banjos, but robo voices.
It really was, actually. That was funny.
I wanted to introduce the last segment of the show, which we have on tonight's podcast, which is requires some audience participation.
Indeed.
So,
and I think it's a great one too.
Yeah, and it also requires a little bit of honesty on the audience's part, because I know all of you, just by virtue of the fact you're here, I know you know how to use the internet. Right, and so I'm going to need to ask you to not use the internet to do other things once this little segment starts, and I'm gonna ask you to not Google what we're looking
You
up.
guys are awesome. When are we going to talk about the coroner putting his hands in Poop's armpit, face with tears of joy, face with medical mask, smiling pile of poo, smiling pile of poo, smiling pile of poo, smiling pile of poo,
Ginger,
pile of
we
poo,
need to
smiling
talk
pile.
about the coroner putting his hands in Poot's armpits. That was from the court today. That was just one more thing on the bingo card. He's like, you'd never expect to see in court. We'll have to talk about that probably on Tuesday. Remind me about it, Ginger. We'll bring it up on Tuesday. But that was just bizarre. And thank you so much for the generous super chat. This next segment is what we're going to call two truths and a lie. Okay, and so for the segment, Thomas and I have collectively come up with 3 different stories that are mostly true. And by mostly true, I mean 2 of them are true and one of them is completely not true. And we're going to put up a poll and just see how you guys do on the vote. So I'm going to build the poll right now. And I don't want you to vote until we're done. Okay, so hold tight on the voting unless you just are confident when you hear one of the news stories or one of the stories that is read. I see the sharks are circling us. If you look on the screen, I'm not sure if that's an ominous sign or what, but we're gonna put this poll up. And Amber says, I have no idea how to use the internet. Encyclopedias all the way. Encyclopedia Britannica for the win, right? You've got the full set. Okay, I'm going to build the poll, and it's just going to be this. The question is, which of the three news stories is a lie? And it's going to be number 1. And I'll put in here exactly what it is, just as a reminder. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm going to have you read it. Do you want to actually start with that one while I make the...
Grounds information desk woman tipping her hand with medium light skin tone. Information desk woman tipping her hand.
That's an information desk woman.
Tone.
Thank you, Tag. Grounds.
No, we're good. Let's split because I'm going to read one, and I think you'll go with 2 of them, and I'll do an Oreo pickle sandwich. I'll go right in the middle of the 2.
Okay, so I'll start off.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with one story. You can add this to the list. This is the story starting right now. Ready? You can add this to the list of things that are legal in every state except California. Because highway patrol officers in the Golden State are threatening to arrest people for stopping and smelling the flowers. A roadside poppy field is drawing attention from photographers and naturalists, and the limited roadside parking is creating a dilemma for law enforcement and a traffic hazard for motorists. There you go. That's the first one.
Wow.
Okay.
For stopping and smelling the flowers.
Yeah, they're going to arrest you.
Okay. All right. So we'll let people think on it.
Okay.
While half the cheaters are on Google.
No, they wouldn't. I trust them. I trust them. Okay.
All right. So story number 2, we've got the Dallas Zoo loses 2 monkeys. They find out through surveillance and what have you that an individual jumped the fence after hours, cut into the metal enclosure, took the two monkeys, jumped on the Dallas rail system to head home 15 miles away to where he stored these monkeys in a vacant home. After tips from the public, police find him. As he's getting caught, says, "When I get out of jail, I will keep stealing animals from the zoo because I love them."
Okay. So monkey thief will do it again. That's
Monkey thief will do it again.
Did you say he got on the public transit and rode?
He got on public transit, the rail train in Dallas. He lived 15 miles from the zoo. So I don't know. Obviously, there's probably some bus rides, I imagine he had to take in between. But yes, if you're sitting there as another passenger, allegedly, if this is true, you see a guy with two lemur monkeys. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I've seen crazier in public, so I wouldn't be too alarmed.
That's number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Monkey thief will do it again. Let's go with the third one. The third one is a Kentucky woman who lost her purse in a close encounter with a tornado is counting her lucky stars after discovering that 2 unpaid parking tickets had been paid off by 2 different Ohio residents. The Ohio drivers paid the fines after finding the citations on their own vehicles. Officials in Kentucky determined that the unpaid tickets were ripped from the lost purse and carried over the state line by the upper-level winds. If you got a parking ticket after the storm, the weatherman may be to blame. That would be quite fortunate.
In the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. But kudos to the 2 Ohio guys who paid the tickets, though.
Right.
I mean, that's just good, or they just didn't read them. So the poll is up right now. Which of the 3 news stories is a lie? Go ahead and vote right now. We'll see how you guys do.
Oh, we've got a close race here.
It's bouncing around a little bit.
It's early on. Oh, here. Oh, show the poll.
Alex stole that monkey, says Ritz. Did the monkey have to pay the bus fare? I wonder if he tucked it in his shirt or something. I mean, somebody saw him with a monkey or a couple monkeys.
Yeah, a couple monkeys.
Not mentioning the leopard, says Texas. Did he steal a leopard as well?
Oh, come on. Yeah, that was prior to. Sleuth spoiler.
Who was it? Let's see. Let's do a countdown. We're probably going to give you about 15 more seconds to vote, just to make sure everyone can get their vote in.
We've got about 65 out of 130 potential votes, depending on lurkers.
Says, I can't decide. You're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose somewhere. California is weird. Ritz says the flowers. Tag chance monkeys. Squirrel. Those monkeys, I love the smiling piles. Love those smiling piles of poo.
Oh boy,
I know about an odd law about Virginia Beach. Okay, Sunshine Sunflowers. While we're wrapping up the voting, thanks for bringing this up, because this also, we would like your input for next podcast. If there is a funny news story, something just off the wall crazy that you would like us to include in this segment in our 2 Truths and a Lie, you can send it to the burner phone. Send it with your name, with your YouTube name. If we choose your story as one of the ones we're going to read, we're definitely going to give you credit for that story. But you're going to have to send not just the story, but a link that we can verify and read. Preferably not just a YouTube video somebody made, but if there's a news story somewhere, that would be awesome. Let's see. I think we're about ready to close out the voting. So here we go. Are we ready, Thomas? Where's it going to be?
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going to be. Here we go. And the poll.
Let's see.
Looks like don't smell the flowers, 23%. Don't smell the flowers is true. It's a true story. They'll write you a ticket for smelling the flowers. Number 2, monkey thief will do it again, 33%. Thomas, is that true or false?
True.
It's true, which means that the tornado tickets was a complete fib. I made it up myself. No one ever pays their tickets. That's how you know that's not true, right? No one pays their tickets, let alone some from out of state. I probably should have not gone so big on that one. You guys were right. 42% of you guessed correctly that the tornado tickets was a lie. TME says,
I will say, out of all polls, that was the most evenly spread poll, I think, that we've had on the channel. 23, 33, 43.
Yeah,
not shabby.
23% of people have just never been to California, and I realize that's just how things are in California, right? Oh man,
being from there 20 some odd years ago when that was first brought up, I went, that's 100% true, and I haven't even looked it up yet.
Yeah. KQD says, I just couldn't believe that the tickets would land on a car. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Instagram influencers are known for trampling beautiful places and ruin things for everyone, so the flower one rings true. Patricia, yes, that is also part of the story I did not share, but the very people who wanted to go and visit it ended up trampling the whole flower field, which is sad. But it is a poppy field on the side of the freeway that sometimes has a super bloom, and who has time to monitor the flowers, says Ritz. It's awesome. Recovery Addict, and I'd also like to be able to shout out to my peeps. Just saying, I'm working on peeps tag. I'll get you eventually. I'll get you. All right, Thomas, what do you think? Should we do this again?
I think we do it again.
Okay.
I think we don't match.
Yeah, send me a memo. Tell me what you're going to wear. I'll wear something different. I probably could be out of jail by next week. I'm thinking there's a good chance I'm going to bail out and have a better background. I'm thinking somewhere, maybe tropical. If I maybe get to a beach or something, the waves in the background. That's what I'm thinking.
So we'll
do that.
We'll do a destination podcast. Monday's a holiday, so you're stuck there in Knoxville. So I'll bond you out on Tuesday. Okay. We'll reconvene, and then I think we give it a shot next Friday because so far, I don't know, the numbers bounced around, but currently it says we have 132 people here, late for most, but it's a Friday night. You guys can be with families, friends, socials, doing anything you can. You can be anywhere but right here. So the fact that you guys all tuned in, this is awesome. We thank you so much. We know it's not for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but we hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for supporting us. You guys have been cheering us on all day. You've been doing it in chat. Scott and I were nervous.
So
really
nervous. So nervous.
Terrified.
You guys were amazing. I love this. I love having the interaction. I love you guys being part of this. Amber's keeps saying, check the burner. I'm checking the burner right now, Amber. Hang on one second. I won't stop before I see what she says here. The burner phone is a lot slower now than it used to be because there's so many animal pictures on it.
All right.
Restaurant. Look at this. I've got a picture. I'm not sure if I can show this one. Let's see. I mean, I'm saying technically, not. I have to switch it over here. Give me just 5 seconds. Hold tight, and we're going to show Amber's picture. Amber apparently was out and about while listening to the podcast, and
I got this one, Alex, for $500. She went to Ivan's liquor store, and we were on the TV.
Close. I pushed the button, but it's on the wrong screen. If this is a technical, I was not ready to do this. Just 1 second. Here we go. This is Wendy's fries and a Frosty with the fries dipped in the Frosty. So
it happened.
It happened. She's trying it. Mrs. RA would be so proud of you, Amber. I'm wondering if this is the first time you tried it, or if this is something that's already been a thing for you. But
that's awesome. Instead of there's a lawsuit, we need just a screenshot.
Yeah. Take Scott out of the jail, please. I will be out of jail next time. I promise to be good. Thomas has promised to bail me out come Monday or Tuesday, whenever the bank's open or something. So I think my bond is reasonable, so we should be able to get out. And the charge isn't that serious anyway. But it looks like I'll be in here for the weekend. Maybe we'll do a police chase tomorrow. There was a good one, and I'll have to watch it again just to make sure. I know it has spike strips and some pit maneuvers, so I'll watch to make sure. You guys are amazing. Anything else we need to do before we wrap up? We've got a song to play. We've got our theme song.